Kenji and Tom Knowles drop to the bench. We'll go through that Forest Green Rovers lineup in full in a moment. Scunthorpe United attacking from left to right in this first half towards the south stand in their traditional strip, the claret shirts with blue sleeves, blue shorts with claret trim and claret socks with blue trim. Forest Green Rovers shooting from right to left towards the Donny Road end. Bright green shirts with the leopard print on it, white sleeves, bright green shorts and socks. Ball is bouncing around in midfield at the moment. Joe Rowley wins it. It bounces into the path of Ollie Ewing. He plays a pass to his left-hand side to Hurst, and it's a first-time ball in from the left from Tyler Denton. It's blocked. Goes out for a throw in the opening minute of this game. So Forest Green lining up with Harry Eisted in goal. Four-man defence of Jay Mingy, Laurent Mendy, the captain, Abraham Kanu and Elijah Morrison. In midfield, it's Carl McAllister, Harvey Bunker, Chipuzu Woko and Jilly Buyabu. Up front, Temi Babalola and Ricardo Rees. On the bench, Neil Kenji, Nick Horton, Christian Deutsch, Tom Knowles, Fiacre Pagel, Jaden Clark and a late change on the bench. Trey Pemberton has come in for Gabriel Kirchhoff. The Iron in possession again as it's looped forward by Ross Barrows, allowed to bounce once by Elijah Morrison on loan at Forest Green Rovers, and he's let the ball bounce out for a throw down the right hand side with 90 seconds played. Your referee tonight, Ross Joyce, who officiated the 1-1 draw between these two sides at the New Lawn back in September. His assistants Daniel Smith and Stephen Rushworth, and the fourth official is Joe Moss. Here comes the iron throw from the right. Barrows looking to get in one of his teammates down the right hand side. It was Westbrook going for that ball, but it'll bounce out for a Forest Green Rovers goal kick. And we'll say hello to your expert summariser, the former Scunthorpe United striker Steve Torpey.
Evening, Ollie. Yeah, we're looking forward to the game. It's a bit blowy, isn't it? Just looking at the flags up in the stand, and it's that won't affect the game too much. I know we speak about the pitch as well, but hopefully those two won't affect the game, and we're in for a real thrilling encounter, I think.
Eisted, who joined on a short-term contract last year until the end of the season, takes the goal kick. It's brought down in midfield by the Green. They come forward down the right-hand side, looking to play in Buyabu, was Woko. Ross Barrows clatters the ball out for a throw-in. Ball's juggled by Robbie Savage, the Forest Green Rovers manager, who is back here at Glanford Park for the first time in nearly 15 years. He played here for Derby County in a goalless draw in the Championship back in February 2011. Mahadi prepares to take this free kick in the end as Buyabu was in an offside position from that attack. Right-footed, rifles it into the Forest Green Rovers half, header away, ball balloons off the forehead of Joe Rowley, got a shove in the back from Temi Babalola. Scunthorpe free kick, a couple of yards over the halfway line, right of centre. It's knocked into the centre circle to Brandon Horton. That's a poor pass, not enough weight on it, but it's not brought under control by Carl McAllister, and the Iron clear their lines. They get out of trouble on that particular occasion. Forest Green Rovers trying to get out of their own half. It's cleared away. Will Evans brings down the clearance, boots it back into green territory. Danny Whitehall heads it on, but he's suffered a blow to the back of his head from Abraham Kanu. He stayed down, clutching the back of his head. It's a Forest Green Rovers throw, and the ref will just delay it from being taken. Whitehall on his knees at the moment, eventually gets back up onto his feet. Throw in for the visitors.
Yeah, it looked like he caught Danny Whitehall a little bit. He just won the ball, but I don't think it's too bad. He's back up on his feet, and nothing too serious.
Callum Roberts flicks a header on over the halfway line. The ball slices up into the air. McAllister knocks it on here to Jay Mingy, another player on loan at Forest Green Rovers. Harvey Bunker back into defence with Laurent Mendy, who's been subject this week to a bid from Hearts, which was rejected. Didn't meet the club's valuation according to Robbie Savage. And the Forest Green Rovers captain will put the ball over the top. Running behind from Ricardo Rees. Flag stays down. Scoops it over the goalkeeper and puts Forest Green Rovers ahead on his return from suspension. Ricardo Rees gives the visitors the lead inside 5 minutes, and he cups his ears towards the Donny Road end. Beat the Scunthorpe United offside trap. Flag stays down. Mahadi came rushing out of his penalty area, and Rees just loops the ball over the Scunthorpe United goalkeeper to give Forest Green Rovers an early lead here with nearly 5 minutes gone.
Yeah, it's a basic ball over the top. Brandon Horton just caught on his heels a little bit, didn't anticipate it, tried to clear it, didn't get good contact or any contact on the ball. It was quite a simple finish really. Mahadi was caught in no man's land, whether to stay or come, he had to come. And it just made the option easy and just lifted it over his head into an empty net. But really disappointing. Poor start from Brad Norton. He's been excellent this season. It's just started with his pass, his lateral pass that got caught out, and then just caught flat-footed really. And I have to say, he's been excellent throughout the season. He'll be really disappointed with that.
Ricardo Rees, prolific for Merthyr Town, earning that move to Forest Green Rovers, and he is adapting to National League football like a duck to water at the moment. Another goal for him, and Forest Green Rovers ahead here with nearly 6 minutes gone at Glanford Park. Barrows slams the ball back towards the Forest Green penalty area. Whitehall will chase it down as it trickles towards the left-hand corner flag. Shields it away from his marker, takes a tumble, but the ball's won cleanly. And the visitors clear away. Babalola will look to flick it on, looking for his strike partner Rees. Evans will bring it under control, hits it forward on the half volley. There's a lack of composure to Scunthorpe United's play at the start of this first half with 6 minutes gone. Forest Green goal kick.
Yeah, it did seem a bit hurried and rushed. I don't think Danny White was going to get much change out of the referee this evening. A couple of challenges there, and he just waved it on. So Danny White have to adapt his game a little bit and maybe a little bit more kind of physical and stay on his feet a little bit more than maybe he's used to. But that's part of the game. But yeah, need to settle down, and a real big blow to concede that goal so early on.
Barrows, I'm not sure what the idea there was. Scunthorpe United rushing their forward passes, and he's just hit a half volley across the pitch from right to left from that Forest Green goal kick. Puts it out for a throw for the Green, midway inside Iron territory, right hand side. They almost lose it here, but it's Woko, brings the ball back into his own half and sends it back to goalkeeper Harry Eystead. Abraham Kanu is pilled over to his left hand side, receives the pass, and it goes back to Eystead again, brings it under control with his right foot, and it's forward. Forest Green, nice pass there between the thirds. Rees will push it on, looking for the running behind from Buyabu, and Scunthorpe will counter here with Callum Roberts down the right hand side. Two Forest Green players go to meet him, tries to jink in between the pair, but Forest Green defend the situation, and they're playing out from the back here with Morrison, who eventually clears away. There's a tangle off the ball between Babalola and Evans, and the free kick goes against the Scunthorpe United defender, and then Babalola is pushing Evans on the floor. Referee Ross Joyce will call him over for the reaction, and will beckon Will Evans over as well.
Yeah, they didn't quite see it. They just looked like they grabbed each other and they cut the rolls on the floor. And see the referee, good vision if he did see Will Evans commit that initial foul. It just seemed a little bit anxious at Scunthorpe at the moment, trying to get the ball out to Roberts, and Forest Green have obviously done their own work and watched them at their place, and they've doubled up on him straight away. You can see their intent. So Forest Green probably started the game better than Scunthorpe at the moment.
Kanu fires it forward from that free kick. Evans with the stooping header away. It's brought under control in midfield by Harvey Bunker. That's played down the right hand side to Jay Mingy. Gets the throw off of Tyler Denton, and it comes back to Laurent Mendy, one of several players who followed Robbie Savage from Macclesfield in the summer, twisting and turning right then left as he drifts inside. That's played into Bunker. 7 appearances on loan here at Scunthorpe United back in 2023. Buyabu into Bunker again. Whitehall cuts off his options, so it goes back to Abraham Kanu from Sierra Leone. He's quickly closed down by a combination of Ollie Ewing and Danny Whitehall, and Callum Roberts as well in there, but they don't manage to get the throw, do the hosts. Forest Green Rovers throw a few yards over the halfway line down the left. Morrison goes short to Harvey Bunker, tries to play it back into defence, but is robbed by Danny Whitehall. Here's Ollie Ewing scampering forward, was pulled by his left shoulder by Elijah Morrison, and that's a Scunthorpe United free kick. Yeah,
probably just didn't do enough to get a yellow card for that, but just it's pretty good defending and good play in terms of Forest Green's perspective. Just pulled on his shoulder, just stopped his momentum and the speed of Ollie Ewing getting away from the midfield player. But Yeah, I think any more of those, and then that will be in the, it will be in the book.
You're listening to BBC Radio Humberside Sport. 10 minutes played at Glanford Park in this battle between two promotion hopefuls, and it's Forest Green Rovers who lead at Scunthorpe United, if you're just joining us, by 1-0. Ricardo Rees in the 5th minute. Ross Joyce just wanting a word with the stand-in skipper for the Iron tonight, Callum Roberts, before he takes his free kick from the right, wearing the captain's armband in place of Andrew Boyce, still out with a tight glute as it's floated towards the green penalty area. Header away, it drops for Zane Westbrook. Now Kyle Hurst, forced out wide, has to retreat back behind the halfway line to Tyler Denton. Here's Barrows, shovels it over to that left-hand side again as it's Hurst bursting forward from deep inside the Forest Green Rovers half, looks to switch play, but it's cut out by Elijah Morrison. Foot race between Ross Barrows and Buyabu. Barrows gets there first, gives it to Mahadi to clear away. Whitehall wins the header, nods it down into the ground for Roberts to pick up. Into Rowley inside the centre circle, room to run into here. Nice pull, threaded in behind to Tyler Denton. Crosses in from the left, it's stood up towards the back post. Whitehall's gone down, waved back up onto his feet by the referee. Scunthorpe attack still alive here. Westbrook flicks it back to Barrows. Now it's recycled into the centre circle to Evans, and they manoeuvre possession from right to left. Horton fires it towards the Forest Green box from deep. It's collected by Ollie Ewing. Now it's Westbrook, 35 yards from goal. Into Barrows, looks up, tries to dink a ball into the Forest Green penalty area. Miscontrolled by Morrison, concedes a throw-in. Westbrook takes it quickly, hurled into the box for Roberts to pick up. Comes back out wide to Westbrook. Fires a cross in. Whitehall heads it up into the air. Should be claimed by Isted, and is. Rob Savage wants the counter-attack launched quickly, and here it comes. Forest Green on the attack down the right with McAllister. Plays the ball down the line. Rees won't get there in time. Evans has got it covered. Back to Mahadi. Lets that ball roll across his body before fizzing it up towards the halfway line. Danny Whitehall challenging for that from behind Laurent Mendy in an offside position, and Forest Green Rovers have themselves a free kick.
Yeah, it just needs to move up a little bit quicker, Danny White. All the bit of build-up play, so he's got time to just get in front of the defender. But he's just like 2 or 3 yards offside, just to quicken up his play a little bit there. But yeah, Forest Green looking for that counter-attack from the defensive third of the pitch. And that's obviously their game plan. You can see Robbie Savage on the sideline, really encouraging them to play really quickly, and a little bit unlucky there.
Robbie Savage admitting in his pre-match interview, despite only one defeat in their last 14, he said that they are going through a bit of a sticky patch at the moment. Just one win in their last 5 National League games, following the 1-1 draw with Altrincham in midweek. As on the attack down the right-hand side they go. Mingy goes down, gets the throw-in as the final touch comes off of Kyle Hurst.
Yeah, can't seem to get the ball down. Looking at Ollie Ewing and Joe Rowley, not really had much of an impact on the game. We're just near enough approaching 15 minutes into it. I can't really remember them getting their foot on the ball and actually kind of dictating play. And that's been hard because the Forest Green have dropped off and then they've pressed. But just to get those players on the ball, those creative players on the ball. Isted
out here to Abraham Carnu. Now it's at the feet of left-back Elijah Morrison for Forest Green Rovers, pressed quickly by Callum Roberts, so it goes back into the heart of defence to Carnu, and they'll try again here with their goalkeeper Isted. Takes a few touches, rolls the ball underneath his right foot, and then goes short to Carnu. I think Robbie Savage wanted his goalkeeper to go long from his own penalty area there. Bunker shrugs off the challenge of Joe Rowley. Back to Carnu on the edge of his own box, gets the shout from Isted, so leaves it. And the Forest Green Rovers goalkeeper will clear away. It's almost brought down in the centre circle by McAllister, but Scunthorpe get it back. Evans, though, with Babalola breathing down his neck, rushes the forward ball, and Forest Green boot it up towards halfway again. Towering header up into the air by Ross Barrows. The loose ball drops to Babalola. Now it's into Buyabu, trying to jink away from Joe Rowley, sandwiching in between him and Callum Roberts, but wriggles free. Forest Green Rovers keep the ball moving here with Mendy on the edge of the centre circle, hammered in behind, flag stays down again, but Rees can't get past Horton, looped into the penalty area. McAllister will bring it down, right hand side of the iron box. Cross comes in from Mingy. Rees flicks it over the top, and Buyabu didn't gamble there, and it'll be claimed by Rory Mahadi.
Yeah, I don't really like the way, it's okay claiming for the offside like Will Evans, but you can't stop. You need to put your hand up and get back into that recovery position and get back into your shape. You can't just stop. That's exactly what happened on the goal. And again, they're holding a high line, but there is gaps in between the two central defenders at the moment.
Quarter of an hour gone. Live on BBC Radio Humberside Sport, your third big match commentary of the day. Oh, that's a crunching but fair challenge from Ross Barrows, but the ball's put in behind by Forest Green Rovers. McAllister in down the left, pulls it back for Rees, off the post. Almost 2-0 to the visitors, and Ricardo Rees cannot believe he's not found the bottom corner, and the scoreline remains 1-0 to the visitors, live on BBC Radio Humberside Sport.
Yeah, great play down this left-hand side. It's a great ball in, just waiting for him to get that contact, stretching slightly, and as that easy stretch, just lost a little bit of control and just come off the kind of middle of the post and went out to safety. Yeah, real let off for Scunthorpe.
Now it's the Irons' turn to attack here with Carl Hurst, edge of the penalty area, cuts it across the box. It's launched, Abraham Kanu launching himself at that. Scunthorpe United corner. Callum Roberts has stayed down following an earlier challenge during that frantic passage of play. It was right in front of Andy Butler. He wasn't happy with it. And the Scunthorpe United vice-captain receiving treatment at the moment.
Yeah, it's just down on the touchline. I don't think it was a foul. It looked like a fair challenge to me from 25-30 yards away. It just looked like he opened his kind of knee as he's tackled Callum Roberts. So I don't know if it's a knee injury or a shin injury, somewhere around that kind of left leg. Hopefully it's not too bad. Sometimes it does go down a little bit, Roberts. And most of the time he does recover and he's back on his feet, hopefully.
Well, he gets a yellow card, I presume, for something he said with regards to the foul on him in the first place, which led to him needing treatment. That's the first yellow card of the night in this game, going Callum Roberts' way. And now it will be a corner kick for Scunthorpe United from the left-hand side with Ollie Ewing. Callum Roberts, by the way, scoring his 10th league goal of the season away at Boreham Wood in midweek as Ollie Ewing swings in the corner kick towards the back post. Evans challenges for it and has challenged for it a touch too overzealously, and that's a Forest Green Rovers free kick inside their own penalty area. Yeah,
again, I think if you're going to give that foul, then you're going to give a lot. Every challenge could be classed as a foul from that kind of incident. So yeah, not getting much at the referee, not saying he's having a bad game. Some just have to deal with it and not get frustrated, get focused on what they're about and what they've done over the last 2 months or so. And to create chances, not really created much at all. So we've just gone 18 minutes into the first half. Not really had any opportunities at all. Nothing clear cut, no chances whatsoever.
Callum Roberts is back on, but it looks like he's struggling to put weight on his left foot at the moment. We'll see how that plays out. Here come the Green on the attack with Buyabu. Rees is on the overlap down the left, but Buyabu curls across in. Scunthorpe United are equal to it, but Forest Green Rovers onto the second ball. Bunker tries to funnel it forward, header away, and it's punted towards the iron penalty area. The loose ball drops to Buyabu. Rees with the back heel. Ewing is there first, and now it's played into the path of Ross Barrows, who cuts the clearance away. Bunker gets to it first, head of Danny Whitehall, and Forest Green Rovers get it back to Harry Eisted, who waves his outfield teammates up the park, goes long. Babalola's made a run in around the back, and the flag stays down again. That Scunthorpe United offside trap just not working in the opening 19 minutes as it's played in to Mingy, bombing on from right back, slices it across the penalty area. The clearance comes out to Woko. He's thwarted though, and the hosts will try and counter-attack here as Westbrook attempts to drift the ball to the right-hand side. It's headed away, and Forest Green Rovers in possession inside the centre circle with Carl McAllister. Bursts away from Westbrook. It's played into Buyabu. One-on-one here with Ross Barrows on his left foot. Crosses in into the 6-yard area. Babalola couldn't divert it towards goal. Barrows with the clearance away. Whitehall is dragged down in attempting to latch onto that clearance, and he pumps his fist towards the main West stand here because he's won the free kick.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. That sarcasm, it's not going to go down very well with a referee longer term. But yeah, they just look a little bit sharper, Forest Green. They're a bit more kind of sharpness and a little bit more edgy up front, a bit more options on the ball. So they've been caught 3 or 4 times now with that kind of high line, and the ball's over the top. Need to be really careful, because again, if they concede another goal, that's going to be a massively uphill task.
Scunthorpe United 0, Forest Green Rovers 1. It's on BBC Radio Humberside Sport. The Iron here looking for an equaliser from that free kick, but Ollie Ewing runs straight into Jay Mingy down the left, and Forest Green boot the ball away from their own dead ball line. There's another tussle between Will Evans and Temi Babalola, and once again the Forest Green Rovers centre forward. This time he doesn't get the free kick. He's claiming there was a stamp in there from Will Evans, but Ross Joyce unmoved. Here come the hosts. Into the penalty area goes Callum Roberts. Pulls it back to Westbrook. Urge to shoot! And he's not far away from finding the bottom left-hand corner, but he dragged his effort wide. It took a deflection on the way through. Scunthorpe United corner.
Yeah, he was unlucky. Westbrook on his left foot looked like he was shaping it to go far post. Just brought it back on the inside of the left-hand side of the goalkeeper. Looking about 6 inches wide of that near post. But really, probably the best effort of the game for Scunthorpe, or best chance of the game.
Effort.
Yeah.
Iron corner, this time from the right. It's with Callum Roberts on his left peg, and an in-swinger into the 6-yard area, headed away at the near post. Attack still alive though. Rowley pushes the ball back out wide to Roberts. Chops back onto his left foot, trying to get room away from his marker. In comes the cross, cannons into the chest of Abraham Kanu, who clatters that upfield on the half volley. Bounces all the way out for a Scunthorpe throw. Barrows lobs it back to goalkeeper Roy Mahardy. Forest Green standing off for the time being, and eventually Reese slowly saunters towards the iron shot stopper, who then fires that straight into touch for a throw to the visitors.
Yeah, I think with the wind, you just got to give yourself a little bit more area to hit that pass, that longer pass. As soon as it gets caught in the wind, it's just drifting out of play. You see that weapon there with Mahardy, but again, it's quite an enthralling game. I think it's quite entertaining. A couple of chances. I think the game is starting to warm up nicely now.
Kanu with another clearance from defence. Picks out Tyler Denton. Forward ball from him down the left-hand channel. Carl Hurst had come inside, so it should be covered by Jay Mingy. Indeed it is. Marshals that out for a Forest Green Rovers goal kick. Harry Eisted to take it. On that short-term deal until the end of the season, as I mentioned. Rolled out to Abraham Kanu. Come back to the goalkeeper. Slices it forward. It bounces midway inside Forest Green Rovers' own half. McAllister will get the visitors further territory down the left as Barrows and Buyabu compete for the same ball. Barrows has managed to shield it out for a throw-in, almost level with his own penalty area. He'll take his time over the throw, strides forward down the line before hurling it down the channel. Picks out the forehead of Kanu. So he's gained a fair amount of yardage here as Ross Barrows with this latest throw, and he's now just behind the halfway line in front of Robbie Savage in the Forest Green Rovers technical area. But from the throw, Zane Westbrook gifts possession straight back to Forest Green, but Babalola can't make anything of it. Gives the ball to Joe Rowley. Whitehall attempting to hold it up away from Kanu. Ball bobbles into the path of Callum Roberts on halfway, trying to get free of Elijah Morrison. Wants a free kick, nothing given. Neither side able to keep possession here. It's just not sticking for either team as Rowley has lost it. Falls to McAllister, plays in Reese, left-hand side of the box, chops onto his right foot, and it's straight at Mahardy. Oh, Denton's almost made a hash at the clearance. Pummels it into his own man, and then gets himself out of jail at the second bite of the cherry. Can the host counter? Here is Denton, maybe breathing a sigh of relief. Pulls the ball back to the left-sided centre-half Brandon Horton. Denton on the ball again, 10 yards behind halfway. Back to Horton once more. And he will slide a pass to his goalkeeper Mahardy. Evans will receive possession. Midway inside his own half. Plays it across the fence to Horton. And they work it to the left-hand side again, but Scunthorpe United at the moment not making any inroads into Forest Green Rovers territory as the visitors stand off on halfway pretty much, and Horton again rolls the ball back to goalkeeper Mahardy. lack of urgency here from the hosts, and Forest Green Rovers quite happy to stand off without really being threatened. 25 minutes played. Scunthorpe United 0, Forest Green Rovers 1. They eventually go long to the iron as Westbrook is trying to get round the back of Elijah Morrison, who did well initially to stand his ground but then just lost his footing and has knocked the ball out for a corner kick to the iron.
Yeah, good little touch on Danny Whitehall, getting more effective in the game, and it's a good run from Westbrook as well. Just not the ball past him, looked to put a cross in. It's good defending, but opportunity for Scunthorpe to put it in the box now.
Roberts over the corner kick from this right-hand side, drifts the ball in, it's headed across the box. Mendy gets out, falls to Hurst, who hits it towards goal on the half volley. Didn't really strike that ball cleanly, and Forest Green Rovers power a couple of headers away. Scunthorpe come again as Roberts tried to put it in behind first time down the right, looking for the run of Joe Rowley. Gets the throw. Here is the midfielder into Roberts, back to Rowley. Now it's Ross Barrows on the ball. Plays it into the centre circle to Horton. Now it's directed wide, left. Denton leaves it for Hurst on his right foot, thinks about crossing in, trying to get the better of his man. Back onto his right, in comes the delivery. Comfortably cleared away by Harvey Bunker back there defending. The iron try again here. Rowley pulled back to Westbrook, slides it into Callum Roberts, edge of the Forest Green Rovers penalty area, just couldn't tuck the ball past Elijah Morrison, and Forest Green can counter here down the left hand side. Robbie Savage urges Biabu down the channel here. Biabu just slows down this attack. Step over from him into the penalty area he goes, stands up the cross. Rowley is there first with McAllister over his shoulder, tries to head that out for a corner kick, hasn't got enough on it. Forest Green Rovers still on the charge here with Woko into McAllister. Now it's Mingy on the ball, just flicks it into the shins of Carl Hurst to get the throw in. Mingy will take it in front of the east stand opposite us here at Glanford Park. 1-2 between him and Harvey Bunker. Mingy free to cross in, not enough whip on that ball though, and it bounces out for a goal kick. As Steve Torpey has lost his pen.
I found it. Just drifted. I just had to get out of my seat to pick it up. But yeah, down this left-hand side, been really, really dangerous. Ross Burrows needs to get a little bit tighter there. It's too easy, little step over. Got around him, put a great ball in. You just think, one of these chances will end up in the back of the net. And at the moment, Scunthorpe just don't know where the answers are coming from. Getting into the game, gradually grown into the game, but say Forest Green are playing the more fluid football.
Roberts, I think, was slightly scared of the challenge that was coming in there from Elijah Morrison, but manages to keep the ball at his feet. Referee plays the advantage. Horton hits it from 35 yards out, cannons into the chest of Mendy, falls to Westbrook on the half volley. That's blocked. Almost alive still there though for Scunthorpe United as Westbrook tried to play in Roberts down the right hand side of the penalty area. Too much on that pass, and it's out for a Forest Green goal kick.
Yeah, it's better. There's a bit of purpose, a bit of intent. Just trying to get the shots. Good defending from Forest Green. Put a couple of real good blocks on there. But something just gives them a little bit of belief to try and get back into this game.
Harry Eisted will take a couple of steps back towards the dead ball line, composes himself before striking this goal kick into the Scunthorpe United half. The ball thuds off the side of Will Evans' head. Out for a Forest Green Rovers throw-in on a slightly windy evening here at Glanford Park in North Lincolnshire. The 5:30 kick-off in the National League tonight. From the throw through Morrison, Roberts comfortably able to head away, and Carl Hurst will loop that over the top. Whitehall getting into a tangle with Laurent Mendy. The pair go down, and the free kick goes against the iron number 9.
Yeah, I think his reputation goes before him. I think Danny Whitehall, he's not really had much of the decisions that have gone mainly against him. So he's got to adapt and change his way. If he's not going to do that or get the decisions, it's just to grin and bear it and put up with it. It's one of those. So he must have come across Danny Whitehall previously. but don't want to lose focus. Done it well. Key player for Scunthorpe to get them back in the game, even linking up the play or getting on the end of one of these crosses that are going in the box.
Yeah, trying to get the better of Laurent Mendy, who's flourishing in full-time football. Had worked as a restaurant porter and a removal man. Was based in southeast London, where he played for a fair few non-league sides. Free kick on this occasion goes Scunthorpe United's way. Rory Mahardy will jog over to this near side, rolls the ball out a couple of yards in front of the right-hand touchline as that Iron defensive unit heads up towards halfway. Ross Joyce blows his whistle, national referee manager at the FA, as Mahardy goes long from the free kick. Mingy with the header, but Rowley onto that ball. Hurst has Denton making the run on, and here is the Scunthorpe United left back, edge at the Forest Green Rovers penalty area, crosses in on his weaker right foot, comfortably headed out of the box by Harvey Bunker. Scunthorpe try again here, but Denton's heading backwards. Now he checks and directs himself towards the Forest Green Rovers goal, but Ewing ushers the ball back behind the halfway line to Brandon Horton. Now here's Evans, who will carry it over halfway again. Evans into Callum Roberts, dropping deep to receive the pass. Flicks it back to Barrows. Now it comes into Brandon Horton. Ricardo Rees goes to close him down, the goal scorer. And now the ball is at the feet of goalkeeper Rory Mahardy. Punts it upfield. Mendy backpedalling, did well to get that header away, and it's thumped further clear. Scunthorpe United try again. They're forced back to midway inside their own half. Left of centre with Horton. Arrows a ball forward. Whitehall heads it on, but he's got no one really making the run round the back from either side, and it's dealt with again by Forest Green Rovers. Clattered clearance upfield from Laurent Mendy, bounces into the gloves of Rory Mahardy.
Yeah, they are winning a lot of second balls, Forest Green. Just seem to be the wrong side on a fair few occasions, especially in that central area of the pitch, that mid-third of the pitch. Seem to be on their front foot and anticipate where the ball's going to land.
Rowley into Roberts, plays it down the right wing to Westbrook, ganged up on by two Forest Green Rovers players, gets the throw in 5 yards away from the right hand corner flag, and he will leave it for Ross Barrows to oversee. Barrows tries to find Callum Roberts. The final touches off of Elijah Morrison, and again more set pieces for Scunthorpe United in the form of this latest corner kick, but they haven't taken advantage thus far with nearly 33 minutes played. The Irons still trailing Forest Green Rovers by 1-0. Live on BBC Radio Humberside Sport, as Callum Roberts holds his right arm up into the air, sends it towards the back post. Eisted punches it away, nodded on by Carl Hurst. The ball will bounce back out to this right hand side with Roberts, drifts in field, loops the ball back in, uncertain defending there. Eisted wanted to catch it, and Mendy got there first and stabs it out of play for a throw, taken quickly. Rowley on the right for Scunthorpe United, into Ewing, 30 yards out, pirouettes on the ball and feeds it into Tyler Denton. Denton now to Horton. Hurst is out wide. Here is the Doncaster Rovers loanee, knocks it back to Denton, and now Westbrook into Ewing. Horton feints to cross, pulled back to Denton again. Can hear moans of frustration from the home supporters to my left hand side in the Donny Road end. Westbrook to Rowley. Barrows is still forward from right back down that side, but again Scunthorpe United probing, going laterally from right to left, then left to right. They've got it on that far side. Denton into Ewing, 35 yards from goal, feeds into Hurst on the edge of the penalty area, but he miscontrols, and Forest Green Rovers will bring it away with Mendy rampaging forward from the back. Just not enough on that pass though to Biabu, and he's trying to rob Roberts of the ball, out of position, and Mendy manages to get the ball off of him. And now Forest Green Rovers breaking into the penalty area here with Biabu, waits for support, fires in the cross, blocked by Evans. The Iron players not happy. They feel Mendy there was pulling and pushing Callum Roberts all over the place as he won the ball back. The decision doesn't go the host's way, and in the end it's a Forest Green Rovers corner.
Yeah, it did look like a foul, but you can't just stop. You've got to play to the whistle. Just stop to these tracks. Scunthorpe got away with it. Luckily, there was two central defenders in and around the box for when that ball come in. But you can't react like that from Roberts. You know, no matter what the foul is or not a foul, you just got to carry on until you hear that whistle. You know, it's all fine. Play to the whistle. Come on, yeah.
Corner kick for Forest Green Rovers then. It will be taken by Carl McAllister, left-footed outswinger towards the back post, headed on by Mendy, and it's headed off the line by Tyler Denton. Forest Green Rovers still have it in the Scunthorpe United box. Bayabu trying to get free of the press of Ollie Ewing, rolls it into the path of McAllister, delivers a first-time ball in, Rees scoops it up into the air, and it's claimed underneath the crossbar by Rory Mahadi. Goes long, straight from his own box. Robert Smith controls, under pressure from Elijah Morrison, who gets a high five from his manager Robbie Savage. Forest Green throw.
Yeah, putting Roberts under pressure. That's what they're trying to do. The main creative player in Scunthorpe's team, trying to get in his face and don't give him an inch. But you know, Forest Green do look more dangerous. We've put a fair few crosses in Scunthorpe in his first 36, 37 minutes. But not really got on the end of them. Forest Green are more effective, and really fortunate to get cleared off the line from Tyler Denton in that scenario.
Less than 10 minutes of normal time to go on BBC Radio Humberside Sports. As I mentioned, your third big match commentary of the day. Earlier we heard wins for Hull City and Grimsby Town. Post-match reaction to come in the break of this game. Scunthorpe United 0, Forest Green Rovers 1. Giant fans angry at Tyler Denton there for checking his run as the hosts are on the attack here. Ball in from deep into Danny Whitehall, bundled over in the box, and the referee points to the spot. Scunthorpe United have the chance to equalise here. Diagonal ball from deep into the penalty area. Whitehall got the shove from behind, goes down. Ross Joyce saw enough there, convinced to award the penalty kick in the host's favour. And Scunthorpe United can level things up from the spot.
Yeah, it definitely was a penalty from where we're sitting. It was such a ridiculous challenge. He's facing away from the goal. He's pretty just inside the 18-yard box, 2 or 3 yards inside the 18-yard box. And arms all over him, on top of his shoulders, and that little nudge. And Danny Whitehall don't need a great deal to go down. But it was a penalty and a silly challenge from Forest Green defender.
Danny Whitehall won the penalty. He will take the penalty, looking for his 10th league goal of the season, if you don't count the one and the abandonment against Wildstone back in September. Takes a few steps back, does the iron number 9. Ross Joyce blows his whistle. Heavy breath from Danny Whitehall as he steps up, sends Harry Eistedt the wrong way into the bottom left-hand corner, and in the 38th minute, we're all square at Glanford Park. Scunthorpe United 1, Forest Green Rovers 1.
Yeah, real confident penalty from Danny Whitehall. Just went up pace. Goalkeeper's left-hand side right in the corner. So I think give him a little bit of a boost now. They've been playing okay. There's not been a great deal in it in terms of possession-wise, but the Forest Green have created the better chances over this first 39 minutes. But hopefully Scunthorpe can settle down. This goal will settle them down and give a bit more confidence in that nervous energy. Can surpass and they can start playing their stuff.
39 minutes, goal scorer number 9, Danny Whitehall.
Goal scorer confirmed over the PA system here at Glanford Park, and the man who put Forest Green Rovers ahead in the 5th minute, Ricardo Rees, will watch on as Carl McAllister gets this game back underway. Scunthorpe United 1, Forest Green Rovers 1. Forest Green immediately on the attack from kick-off. Down the right-hand side, here is McAllister. Holds the ball up away from Brandon Horton as he waits for support. It's knocked back to Bunker. McAllister free now of the shackles of Horton. Slides it into the penalty area. Babalola lays it off to Rees. He now goes down, and this time Ross Joyce waves it away. Rees on his knees on the edge of the 6-yard area. Holds his hands up to either side of his head, looks over to the assistant on the far side, Daniel Smith, and the referee, but he will get no change out of the pair, and in the end it's a Scunthorpe United goal kick.
Yeah, in real terms, and that's what Scunthorpe were complaining about. If it was a dive, then really that should have been a booking, because it was a blatant dive if it was. Brandon Horton And Will Evans kind of explained to the referee that really that should have been a booking.
Hardy's goal kick flies into Forest Green Rovers territory. Denton will power a header on it, bounces up in front of Zane Westbrook, but the free kick has gone against Danny Whitehall for a foul earlier in the piece. And now there are just 5 minutes left of normal time at the end of this first half. Post-match reaction to come from the Hull City head coach Sergei Yakirovich at the break, after his side held on for a 2-1 win at home to Swansea City in the Championship, and from the Grimsby Town head coach David Artell following his team's 2-0 win at Cheltenham Town in League 2. Leo Joslin will also recap the scores in today's football on BBC Radio Humberside Sports at the break. Scunthorpe throw on the right. Barrows takes a few steps forward down the line. Whitehall goes down again. I think Carnu did have a handful of his shirt there, and Ross Joyce did see it. Scunthorpe free kick from behind the halfway line, right of centre.
Yeah, sometimes it's some good little bits of play, and then sometimes just scruffy. You know, it's kind of fouls, and the speed of the game and the flow of the game is not quite there. No, there's a lot at stake. It's a big game, because if you're really going to be pushing on from promotion, you know, one of these teams do need 3 points.
Danny Whitehall tried to take the free kick quickly, but the ball was still moving, so Mahadi will now take control of the situation. A couple of yards behind the halfway line, and Mahadi will pepper the Forest Green Rovers penalty area with that diagonal ball from right to left. It drops to Tyler Denton, will rifle it from left to right, finds Callum Roberts free, edge at the Forest Green penalty area, gets it onto his left foot, crosses in towards the back post, header out of the box by Carnu, drops to Rowley, does fire it towards goal, but it's over the crossbar from 25 yards.
Yeah, really unlucky there, Joe Rowley. Just must have given Ollie Ewing a little shout just for him to leave it. Great first touch, just set it up lovely on his right foot, just leant back and just shot over the bar, but a good opportunity there. Something we'll slowly, gradually get into the game. I'd like to see a little bit more quality in that final third, that end product, that shot, that cross, that attempt on goal.
Eisted's right-footed goal kick is met by Tyler Denton on the edge of the centre circle. Here is the Scunthorpe United left-back, Mingy over his right shoulder, the pair in a foot race, and Tyler Denton in the end under pressure has conceded the throw-in. A bit of confusion as to where it'll be taken from. I think Harvey Bunker was almost going to take that from inside his own half, but he'll lob the ball to Mingy, who is then asked to head back towards the halfway line by the man in black, Ross Joyce, who then blows his whistle for the throw to be taken. Mingy down the right hand side, it's flicked on by Babalola. Evans is there ahead of Biabu, whacks that clear. Carnu with the header forward, but Scunthorpe United will collect it with Ewing, just rushes his passes. He looks to get it out wide quickly to Callum Roberts, who started to find a bit more space down that right hand flank as this first half was wore on. Forest Green Rovers throw, and Morrison decides he's not going to take it on this occasion. He'll leave it to Abraham Carnu to do so. Carnu in front of the other assistant referee tonight, Stephen Rushworth. Forward from him, Barrows will hit it away on the half volley. Horton with a header up to halfway. Bunker lets it drop and then just sort of hooks it up in the air for Morrison to run onto. Westbrook diverts that ball out for a throw as we're into the final minute of normal time at the end of this first half. Another throw for Forest Green. Carnu only finds Callum Roberts, who will swing it inside. Hurst with the header on to Whitehall, who will hook that over the top. Hurst has managed to get in behind Mingy. Has to check his run somewhat, but he's burst away from Bunker, fires the ball in. Mingy will block it, and Hurst lets that roll out for a throw right by the left-hand corner flag, in the corner between the east stand and the south stand. We'll leave it to Tyler Denton to take. Fourth official, Joe Moss, is ready with LED board in hand. I haven't quite got a sight of how many minutes of additional time will be awarded at the end of this first half just yet. My view of that He's obstructed at the moment by a member of the Forest Green Rovers backroom staff. 3 minutes of additional time incoming at the end of this first period. Ewing pulls it back. Hurst free inside the penalty area. Onto his left foot, just delayed the shot. Should have pulled the trigger there. Bunker able to dispossess the iron wide man, but the ball's still high up the park for the hosts. Ewing turns away from Bunker, crosses blocked. Final touch though off of Ewing, out for a goal kick.
Yeah, he's unlucky Ewing there, kind of double ricochet off him and gone out for a goal kick. But yeah, a bit more sustained pressure for Scunthorpe. Like I say, they've gradually grown into this game. That nervousness has gone. They're playing a bit more freedom, a bit more positive, especially down that left-hand side. Been a little bit critical in terms of checking back when we're in good positions, 1v1s, 2v1 situations. Now they're starting to have a little bit more belief in themselves, which they should have from the start. We seem just grown into the game as it's gone on.
Forest Green goal kick. Isted again. Slammed into Scunthorpe territory. It comes off of Joe Rowley's head. Callum Roberts will just hammer that up into the air as it bounces on top of the roof of the West Stand here, and we will we need a new ball? No, not quite. I think it's bounced back down. Oh no, there's the multi-ball system in place, so Laurent Mendy will get a fresh one off the cone on the left-hand touchline, and we'll roll it to Elijah Morrison to take this throw. Bang on halfway. It's over the top of Babalola's head. Roberts will fire it upfield, looks to catch that Forest Green back line on the back foot, but Mendy deals with it. Isted flashes a clearance away off the outside of his right foot, but Carl Hurst can't get there, and now he tracks back. Mingy forward. Powers a ball down the line. Reese didn't quite judge the bounce of that ball correctly. Horton has it covered. Mahadi with the latest clearance. Hurst ducks underneath it. Forest Green back in possession again as they whack it from right to left, trying to look for Buyabu. Evans with an unconvincing clearance out. Forest Green throw into the last minute of additional time of the 3 minutes. Forest Green in the Scunthorpe United half with this throw, and as I say that, Morrison is forced to take a few steps backwards towards the halfway line. That ball just slid awkwardly out of his hands from the throw, but Forest Green almost retained possession from it. Slid back into the D from an iron perspective for Denton to clear. Rowley cushions a header into the feet of Ollie Ewing, takes it on the half turn and then puts Carl Hurst in down the left hand side, running at Jay Mingy. He's got options to his left and to his right, tries to flick it into the penalty area with Denton bursting forward from left back. Forest Green deal with that particular situation. Mendy almost loses it inside his own half, and Forest Green do lose possession. Denton gets Westbrook free, left hand side of the box, crosses in. Bunker gets in the way ahead of Danny Whitehall. The loose ball drops to Roberts, tries to swivel it back into the penalty area, fired away, and that is the last action of this first half at Glanford Park. Between the two National League sides vying for promotion this season, Scunthorpe United in 6th, Forest Green Rovers in 5th, and nothing to separate them at the end of this first half. 1-1 between the two teams. It was the visitors who took the lead as early as the 5th minute. Ball over the top. Ricardo Reese timing his run to perfection, beating the Scunthorpe United offside trap. Flag stays down. Rory Mahadi came rushing out of his penalty area, and Reese scooped the ball over the top of the Scunthorpe United shot stopper into the empty net to give the Green an early lead. The Iron hitting back in the 38th minute. Danny Whitehall winning the penalty. It was a diagonal ball from deep, arrowed into the Forest Green penalty area. Whitehall barged over from behind. Ross Joyce pointing to the spot. The Iron number 9 stepped up, sent Harry Isted the wrong way, slotting his penalty kick into the bottom left-hand corner. And it's level pegging at the break. Scunthorpe United 1, Forest Green Rovers 1. Steve Torpey, what have you made of that first half?
Yeah, a little bit disappointed with the start of the game. Just looks a little bit nervous, a little bit edgy. Hopefully the occasion ain't going to get to them. They've gradually grown into the game. Last 15-20 minutes kind of probably dominated possession without creating too many clear-cut chances. Forest Green had 2 or 3 really, where they could have finished the game off and they could have been out of sight for Scunthorpe. Luckily enough, they never finished those chances. So, like I say, Scunthorpe gradually got into the game. And I think possession-wise, probably Scunthorpe the higher possession, but chances more Forest Green.
Second half commentary to come on all BBC Radio Humberside frequencies. It's also available online via BBC Sounds. If you need to go out tonight, then take us with you on the app. It's also on the website as well. We will hand you to Leo Jocelyn to recap the rest of this afternoon's action earlier today on BBC Radio Humberside Sport. But here at Glanford Park, at half-time in the National League, it's Scunthorpe United 1, Forest Green Rovers 1.
Thank you very much, Ollie. Back for the second half at the Assis Arena shortly, but whilst we wait, let me bring you some reaction to our 3 o'clock kickoffs here on Humberside Sport. Today, Hull City continued their pressure on the top of the Championship with a 2-1 win over Swansea. The victory moves the Tigers level on points with third place Ipswich. Head coach Sergei Yakirovich spoke to the BBC's Chris Cooper after the match.
Sergei, first off, congratulations. That was a very, very hard-fought win in the end, wasn't it?
Thank you very much. Yes, it was a very difficult game for us, especially third game in 7 days. A lot of energy, a lot of problems before the game. We are losing every game 1 or 2 players. It's not easy to replace that, but we are trying, I can say, a little bit team effort to replace those players who are missing, and we are very happy because I think that we play that was battle there since first minute, and we used our chances. Swansea, especially in first half, didn't use through Vipotnik 2 excellent chances, and second half we dropped immediately down. We didn't control anything, and they deserved to score the goal, and we didn't lose our head after this goal, and we changed our formation because Swansea put everything offensively there, and I think we controlled till end everything. Maybe we could score through Kyle or John Egan, but okay, also Ivor saved some balls there, so on the end we are very happy with these 3 points.
How do you explain the difference between the first and the second half when you were in so much control? You were dominating, and then in the second half you were dominated, weren't you?
Yes, I agree completely. But it's championship because since I arrived, I'm watching almost every game, and it's never that one team dominate 90 minutes. This is not possible. Always it's one team better first half and then second. But okay, this is also quality of Swansea.
In terms of the goals that you got, the penalty, there was no doubt about it. It was a ridiculous handball, wasn't it? The second goal, can you confirm, is that the first goal that you've had outside the penalty area?
Maybe, yeah.
Do you think it was? And
I think yes. I think yes.
And what a goal! Does he practice those in training? It was a thunderous shot.
We have very good players with shot from distance, but they don't use that in the game. Always they trying to play less pass, or we going on the side. But that was always in every meeting, in every analyze pre-match game. It's always I can say task that we are trying to shoot outside, if it's clean shoot, if it's open shoot, because I know how many players we have with very, very good shoot.
The second half, the longer it went on, once they'd got their first goal, were you fearing that they were going to get the second?
It's always yes. It's a big bust for the opponent team because they score, I think, 60 minutes, and also it's But then we try to break this with substitution, rhythm, to fresh legs, to find players who are capable to improve our team, our play style there. But okay, it's I say this is championship. Everything is normal here, and also you expecting always the opponent team risk too much.
You and Swansea, you both made 5 substitutions in the second half. It's become a thing in football in the last few years to talk about starting players and finishing players. Is that how you see some of the players within your squad, or do you think any of them can start or any of them could finish?
For me, it's always important who will finish the game. So I talk about this 100 times, especially now when you can change almost half team. So we always have plan B, but sometimes I did today's substitution completely different what I had in my head, and because of precaution, because Joe Fogelhardt he didn't train, I don't know, 2 months. Oli struggling there. Looney's return after 3 months. So Akin has a yellow card. So you are thinking about everything, but third game is 7 days. Then you know, especially in the midfield, that you need fresh legs.
Hull City head coach Sergei Yakirovich talking to Chris Cooper after their 2-1 win over Swansea earlier today. Grimsby Town beat Cheltenham 2-0 on our other 3 o'clock commentary to claim their 4th league win in a row. Mariners head coach David Artell spoke to Matt Dean after the game.
David, congratulations on 4 straight league wins. What pleases you most of all about your side's work today?
I thought it was a performance mainly based on us not having the ball, which was unusual for us. I thought the grit and resilience and determination and work ethic and desire to stop crossers and track runners was fantastic. I didn't think we were really in any danger, even though balls sort of was bouncing around our box, certainly first half. Second half they've had one big chance. Sorted the press out after about half an hour with the lads, and it became much better. And I thought all the way through the game, once we got into the final third, we had lots of quality to hurt them. And I suppose that's how the game panned out. So, I thought whatever they threw at us, that's probably the best of Cheltenham. And even still, when we haven't played particularly great in possession, we turned the ball over a lot. I still thought we had plenty to win the game. So, delighted with another clean sheet, delighted with another win, and delighted with another 3 points.
Do you feel your side's still playing within itself a little bit at the moment?
I think we played better when we weren't winning before Christmas. Certainly on today, we played better against Tranmere, for example. We played better against Notts County and Chesterfield, and we lost all them 3 games. And we played better than we did today.
So make sense of that for us, if you will.
I can't. But I think that when I was stood here with you after them games, and I'm saying, look, we're on the right track. Honestly, we are. I suppose performances like today, where you've had to come, another away ground, similar to Fleetwood, where you've not always got the ball, but you graft. And when you've got the ball, we had 5-minute spells here and there, sporadic, and when we got it up there, like I say, we're a good team, but we didn't control the game in that sense. Whereas we did control them games and didn't get the 3 points, even though we deserved to. So when you do it in a different way, you've got to be able to do that. You've got to be able to come to places like this. Steve's, he's been around the block. He knows how to set up a team to be hard to play against and hard to beat, and we've still managed to do it. So, it's one of them afternoons where you can quite easily walk away from here deflated, dejected, having not won the game. Whereas we're leaving here going another clean sheet, another 3 points, magnificent away support, all in it together, seeing a group of players, not just 11, but a group of 18, 19, 20 players wanting to run through brick walls for the football club, and that gets you wins and that gets you performances. So yeah, I'm delighted that we've won in this kind of manner, because it shows we've got a different string to our bow. And
what does that mean then, if you've got those characteristics about you as a team for the remainder of the season, do you think?
Well, it means that we're hard to beat. We're hard to score against, we're hard to beat. So, the clean sheets aren't a fluke. You don't keep clean sheets as consecutive as we have. I think it's the first time we've won 4 or 5 games and with the clean sheet since 1993. I've just been told. So that's hard to do. Yeah. That's not an easy stat to do, and that's not because of a goalkeeper or of a back four or of a certain player. That's an absolute commitment as a group of players to not let the ball in your goal, and at the other end, a commitment to score goals. Jay's has come off the bench again and scored again. I believe he has. I don't know.
I was going to ask you about that. What was your take on it?
I don't know. I'm not really bothered who scored, but I asked Cookie on the pitch, and he went, "I kicked something, but I don't know what it was." That to me is an admission of no, because if he, knowing Cookie as though I know him, he'd have gone, "Bloody hell, I did, yeah." And he didn't say that to me, so but I'll let you ask him, and if he says yes to you, then I'll agree with him.
Grimsby Town head coach David Artell talking to the BBC's Matt Dean after their 2-0 win over Cheltenham Town earlier today. There's more of both of those interviews on BBC Sounds. All you've got to do is search for your club, either Grimsby Town or Hull City, on the app or the website.
Get the latest on the Tigers, the Mariners and the Iron.
How satisfying a win is that?
Why did you feel that your players took that approach in the first half?
A tale of two halves, probably, that game.
Just to clarify, because fans are asking.
All the analysis, all the opinion.
This referee decision, you must respect that, but I think that this league needs VAR.
He still has a long-term future here, though, does he?
Well, that depends on how he goes. But that's the same for quite a lot of players.
It wasn't our best performance. Probably should have seen the game out, but overall, I think the draw was a fair result.
Final quick one, any outgoings?
We will see. Cal is so great that nobody wants to go.
Search for your club on BBC Sounds and hit subscribe.
Whilst we wait for the players to come out at the Attis Arena for the second half, let me bring you up to date with what happened earlier today in the rest of the National League fixtures. Aldershot Town versus Carlisle United was postponed. It finished Altrincham 3, Boreham Wood 1, Boston United 3, Southend United 3, Brackley Town 0, Hartlepool United 0, Eastleigh 2, Halifax Town 3, Gateshead versus Wilston was postponed. Finished Morecambe 0, Solihull Moors 2, Rochdale 2, Truro City 0, Tamworth 0, Sutton United 1, Woking versus Yeovil was postponed and it finished York City 5, Braintree Town 0. It is 1 goal apiece between Scunthorpe United and Forest Green Rovers. So let me hand you back for second half commentary at the Attis Arena. Former Iron player Steve Torpey is alongside your match commentator Ollie Turner.
Thank you, Leo. We're still waiting for the players to come back out here for the start of this second half. At the moment, both sets of substitutes are warming up on the pitch. But no sign of the starting set of players at the moment, as plenty of supporters have stood up here either side of us in the main West Stand at Glanford Park. And as I say that, the Scunthorpe United team emerge from the tunnel. Can't quite make out if there are going to be any changes at the break. My view of the dugouts and the two technical areas is obstructed at the moment. So I'm not quite sure if I should risk recapping the two lineups at the moment. Steve Torpey's looking over for me, doing a scouting job. Steve, can you see any movement there?
No, not at the moment. And I've also stood up just to stretch my legs off. That's the main reason, Ollie. But no, it doesn't look like the fourth official has not got his board up. So at the moment, I don't think there's any substitutions, but I could be wrong.
Here come the Forest Green team as well. So I'll tell you the Scunthorpe United side. Rory Mahardy's in goal. It's a four-man defence of Ross Barrows, Will Evans, Brandon Horton and Tyler Denton. Zane Westbrook, Joe Rowley and Ollie Ewing are in central midfield, with a front three of Callum Roberts, the captain, Danny Whitehall and Kyle Hurst. On the bench, Jean Bellayoun, Declan Howe, Alfie Beeston, Lewis Jones, Carlton Ubazonu, Joe Starbuck and Connor Smith. For Forest Green Rovers, they've got Harry Eistead between the sticks. It's a back four of Jay Mingy, Laurent Mendy, the captain, Abraham Carnu and Elijah Morrison. Across midfield, Carl McAllister, Harvey Bunker, Chibozu, Woko and Jilly Buyabu. And up top, it's Temi Babalola alongside Ricardo Rees. The green bench, Neil Kenji, Nick Horton, Christian Doidge, Tom Knowles, Fiacre Pagel, Jaden Clark and Trey Pemberton. Ross Joyce gets us back underway. Scunthorpe United attacking from right to left in this second half towards the Donny Road end. Claret shirts with blue sleeves, blue shorts with claret trim and claret socks with blue trim. Forest Green Rovers shooting from left to right towards the south stand. Those green shirts with the leopard print and white sleeves, green shorts and green socks with black trim. Rowley tries to shovel a ball forward from midfield. It'll bounce out for a Forest Green throw on the right with Jay Mingy. Mingy backpedals to almost being level with his own penalty area. held forward down the line. Hurst with a header backwards. It's Rees as that ball gets caught in the wind and ends up flying back towards Forest Green Rovers penalty area. Callum Roberts charges down the clearance from Elijah Morrison, but gives the throw away.
Yeah, he just tried to clip it with the outside of his foot into the channel, and he's totally got it wrong. It's come off his toe and gone in the opposite direction. So he's got away with it a little bit there for a Green player.
Throw for Forest Green by the corner flag. Carnu with it, but rifled back towards the visitors' penalty area. Carnu dealing with it again in front of Danny Whitehall. Fires the clearance away. Biyabu not able to chase it down. And it is going to be a Forest Green Rovers throw-in, as they've gained a fair amount of territory here down that left-hand channel. Just taking their time over the throw here are the visitors. Be Morrison to take it again at left back, just behind the halfway line. Morrison, as there's a chatter and a murmur around Glanford Park at the moment. Swung forward by the Forest Green left back. Evans with the clearance away. It drops to Woko in midfield. Now here's Bunker just in front of the centre circle. Slides it to the right hand side to Mingy. Hurst goes out to meet him. Mingy gets it onto his right foot, tries to burst past Tyler Denton. Goes down in a bit of a flurry. No free kick given. Andy Butler claiming there was an act of simulation there, but in the end it's just a Scunthorpe United goal kick.
Yeah, it looked like he just kind of rolled over. I don't know if there's much contact there at all, or minimal contact, probably not enough to warrant him going down. But just Scunthorpe's perspective, Joe Rowley's back in the second half, last 10-15 minutes, started to collect a lot more second balls, you know, adopting that nice position just in front of the strikers, and then Scunthorpe could start to get the ball down and play a little bit more. But definitely improved that side of the game back in the first half, and he's also done that a couple of times this second half already.
Free kick for Forest Green Rovers. McAllister over it, right of centre, fair distance from goal. Has Mingy free down the right hand flank, but I think he's going to swing this in left footed. Scunthorpe holding a line across their own penalty area, and Evans is there to knock the ball away. Falls to Woko, slipped back inside, then turned in behind by Carnu. Woko flicks it across the penalty area, couldn't find Babalola. Carnu nods it on, but Scunthorpe United able to clear. Morrison will whack that back towards the edge of the iron box. Denton deals with it. Hurst further clears, and he's picked out Whitehall well. Whitehall slipped into Westbrook, has to check away from McAllister, and then the lunging tackle of Bunker. Whips it across to the right hand side. Roberts one-on-one with Carnu, cuts it back to Ewing, lays it off to Westbrook, and he fires that into the bottom corner. And Scunthorpe United, once again, the story of their season, come from behind to lead, and it's 2-2 for the Doncaster Rovers loanee. Zane Westbrook caught it flush as it was flicked back to him by Ollie Ewing, and from 20 yards he drills it into the bottom right hand corner, and Scunthorpe United 2-1 up at the start of this second half.
Great finish. I just got to go back to Nwoka. I thought he was going to shoot up the other end, and within 20 seconds had a great opportunity. Within this 20 seconds Scunthorpe broke a real fine strike, probably 25 yards like you say, Ollie. Driv it nice and low, got with his laces, lovely accuracy and power, hitting the back of the net. Great start to the second half for Scunthorpe. He don't get many, does he, Ollie? He don't really. He gets in good positions, I would say, but he doesn't, for me, fill me with confidence. But this evening, and with that strike, that's going to give him a bit more confidence to pull the trigger a bit more. Great finish.
Third goal of the season for Zane Westbrook, and Scunthorpe United come from behind to hit the front with 5 minutes gone at the start of this second half. You're listening to BBC Radio Humberside Sports. Scunthorpe United 2, Forest Green Rovers 1. as Mingy's cross clatters into the back of Tyler Denton. Forest Green Rovers have a throw on the right. Mingy lobbed into the penalty area. Rowley gets in front of Babalola. Scunthorpe clear away. There's yet another tangle off the ball between Danny Whitehall and Abraham Carnu. Referee not interested in that one. Elijah Morrison, long ball forward from defence. It's chested down by Reese. Lays it off to Buyabu over on that touchline on the far side. Flick back to Harvey Bunker. Now it's Carnu on the ball. Whitehall goes to close him down. It's placed across defence to Mendy. Looks up, assesses his options, goes over the top. McAllister's making the run in behind, latches onto that long ball forward. Dispossessed by Brandon Horton, who gives away the throw-in. Mingy back to Bunker, a 1-2 between the pair. Now it's Mendy on the ball, the Forest Green Rovers captain. Forward to Bunker, pushes that inside. Rowley with a strong, heavy tackle, but wins the ball fairly. But Forest Green pick up the second pieces. The Iron win it back, but Horton's lost it. McAllister tries to loop the ball in from the edge of the Scunthorpe box, but the hosts deal with it. Denton shepherds it back to Barrows. His long ball upfield is blocked, and Forest Green will come again here. Biabu crosses in from deep. Evans powers a header away. Drop to the goal scorer Westbrook. He's dispossessed. Morrison bursting forward from left back. Didn't look to be too much contact there, but I think the referee has pulled play back for an injury here, and it's Callum Roberts who's on the floor again. Rosie Margetson waiting to see if the vice-captain will need treatment.
Yeah, I didn't quite see the incident with Cal Roberts there. I don't know if he just got a tackle, I think it was, more than anything. But yeah, good little bit of play from Forest Green. They kind of press and don't let Scunthorpe have any time on the ball. And that's what their game plan has been today. They're counter-attacking in a high press, going from defence to attack in a short space of time. That's where they've kind of had their main chances from.
So drop ball in the end for a head injury as the Donny Road end try and get under the skin of the Forest Green Rovers boss Robbie Savage. From it, Mahadi goes long. It comes off the back of Elijah Morrison's head, out for a throw-in. And Roberts will leave it for Ross Barrows to take. Barrows waits. Hurls it over the top. Westbrook with the back heel to Roberts. Tried the cross, which came off of Morrison, then tried again. Gets the throw in. Barrows exchanges a 1-2 from the throw with Ollie Ewing. Crosses in on his weaker left foot. In swinging delivery. Bunker nods it out of his own box. Rowley shifts that to the left. Denton arrows a ball in. Whitehall cushions a header down to Hurst. Oh, it's bobbling around in there, and Hurst on the rebound couldn't apply the finishing touch. It's smothered by Harry Eisted. Rolls it out quickly to Mingy. Looks up. Fizzes a ball down the right hand side. Horton is there ahead of Babalola. Shepherds it back to Mahadi. And that ball bobbled up in front of the goalkeeper awkwardly there. Gets the clearance away. Here comes Scunthorpe again, looking for a 2-goal cushion. Having come from behind, Hurst has his ankles clipped in the centre circle by Woko, and he will be the first Forest Green Rovers player to get a yellow card.
Yeah, that ball back to Mahadi just 30 seconds ago. You can see the crowd just getting a bit nervous. He's done really well, Mahadi, to clear the lines. And Joe Rowley there done the opposite, just got in front and just got brought down. Yeah, all of a sudden there's a bit more energy around the place with that second goal from the supporters and the players.
Free kick then inside the centre circle. Barrows and Denton are over it. I think Barrows will just slide a pass into Ewing, who drops deep to receive that ball, clips into the penalty area. Carnu's got his header wrong, falls to Roberts from the byline, pulled back. Iron players rushing to try and meet it. Loose ball finds its way to Ollie Ewing. Now it's Rowley, pirouettes away from Laurent Mendy, in here to Ross Barrows, drives it in from deep, and that'll bobble through to Harry Isted. Thought about hitting that out quickly on the volley, but Danny Whitehall stopped that from happening. He rolls it to his left-hand side again to Carnu, now here to Morrison, forward ball, Buyabu onto it, Babalola lets it roll across his body and takes it past his man, and then McAllister tries a first-time ball back out wide to the left. It doesn't come off. Here's Ollie Ewing scurrying forward. Now over to the right here with Callum Roberts, midway inside Forest Green Rovers territory, drifts inside. Now it's Denton on the run, hits it from 30 yards, cannons off the legs of Harvey Bunker. McAllister will bring it away for Forest Green Rovers, flicks that into Denton, puts it out for a throw.
Yeah, good play from Denton, really drove forward and tried to shoot, good blocks. They've done really well. Forest Green put 3 or 4 blocks in the first half as well as the second half, so yeah, it's livening up this game now.
Now it's Forest Green Rovers' turn to attack here with Mendy, who's pushed up from defence, has got Buyabu running into space in front of him. Buyabu into the penalty area, a couple of step overs from him, and he's lashed it into the roof of the net, and Forest Green Rovers draw themselves level in the 57th minute. Brilliant finish by Gilly Buyabu, played in by Laurent Mendy, his captain, down the left, strode into the penalty area, and he has pummeled a shot past Rory Mahadi, who could only push that effort into the roof of his own net. And Forest Green Rovers, it's now their turn to make it all square at Glanford Park. 57 gone, Forest Green Rovers 2, Scunthorpe United 2.
Yeah, it was a great strike near post, so I have to have a look at it back, but Mahadi, I think, maybe could have done better. I think goalkeepers don't ever like to get done at the near post. It was hit with venom, great strike. So it's a difficult shot. It's down by his right hand side low, but it's just hit in the back of the net. And God, what a game we've got on here.
Indeed. Fantastic entertainment in the late kick-off in the National League between the two sides in the top 7. Scunthorpe United in 6th, Forest Green Rovers in 5th. 2-2 live on BBC Radio Humberside Sports as we head up towards the hour mark. Evans slams a long ball back towards the Forest Green penalty area. It's nodded back to goalkeeper Harry Isted by Abraham Carnu. Isted rolls the ball out into the D, right-footed, dinks it into the Scunthorpe United half. It's chested down by Babalola to Mendy. 1-2 between him and McAllister. Mendy pushing up from defence again. Looks like he's gone into midfield with Bunker playing at centre-back. Cross comes in from the right-hand side. The Iron just about deal with it. Hurst tries to find Westbrook. Not enough on that pass back inside. Forest Green come again here with Morrison. Morrison back to Bunker, who, as I say, is playing at centre-half alongside Abraham Carnu now. Mendy pushing up into midfield. Bunker looks up, attempts a diagonal from right to left. Beautiful ball that, over to the far side. Buyabu one-on-one with Barrows again. More step overs from the winger, then rolls the ball back underneath the studs of his left foot. Tries to play in McAllister down the left-hand side of the penalty area. Ewing sliding in there, and he's knocked that out for a corner kick to Forest Green.
Yeah, nice bit of composure on the ball, showing a few little tricks and skills. You know, yeah, it's a real tight game. It could go either way. Both teams really going for it, attacking wise, quite open in their aim to get this hopefully winning goal.
Corner kick then from the right. Ross Joyce has seen something in the box. He's talking to Laurent Mendy at the moment, along with Ross Barrows. Connor Smith is set to make his second Scunthorpe United debut. He's about to come on in a moment, but first the corner kick. Outswinger from the left. There's a header away at the near post. Ollie Ewing can't bring it under control just outside of his own box. McAllister whips that ball back in from right to left, and Denton cushioning that header back to his goalkeeper, but there was, I think the referee has stopped play for Danny Whitehall, clutching the back of his head inside his own box. And will the ref allow the change from the drop ball? No, he won't. An hour gone. Scunthorpe United 2, Forest Green Rovers 2. BBC Radio Humberside Sport on all frequencies, as well as online via BBC Sounds on the website and the app. Mahadi picks the ball up inside his own box, waves his outfield players over to the right hand side of the field, and then hits it forward on the volley. Booming ball forward into Forest Green territory. Morrison with the header, and the loose ball will drop here to Woko. Threads it down the left-hand channel. Buyabu. Players in green shirts flooding forward. In comes the cross towards the near post. Oh, and it's almost an own goal. Comes off the underside of the crossbar and bounces away from goal. And Forest Green Rovers almost coming from behind to take the lead there. Still on the attack though are the visitors. Dinked over the top from Bunker. Mendy holds it up, right hand side of the penalty area. In comes the ball from Mingy from the right hand side. Horton deals with it. Denton delays the clearance as he slices it across the Scunthorpe United half from left to right, and it gives the visitors another chance here on the attack. Woko into Buyabu, trying to get the better of Ross Barrows again. Surges past him, stands up the cross. Denton balloons a header away, bouncing around inside the D. Woko will nod it on, held up by Mingy. The right back has both Denton and Westbrook over both of his shoulders. Scunthorpe win the ball back and get themselves a throw, and now you think the change will be made in the 62nd minute. Not quite. I think Carl Hurst is going to be the player coming off in a moment. Fourth official at the moment talking to Andy Butler and Paul Musselwhite about the change. Hurst flicks the ball on, and now here's Joe Rowley for Scunthorpe in midfield. Finds Westbrook free in the centre circle. Immediately sweeps out to the right. Callum Roberts cuts inside onto his left foot, 25 yards from goal, then chops back onto his right, then onto his left again, and gets his left foot underneath that ball and loops the shot over the crossbar, wide of the post. Forest Green goal kick.
Yeah, it looks like who's just taken his jumper off. Smith was ready to come on. I don't know if they're going to make a double substitution. That's probably the sensible thing to do. But yeah, just going back to that chance, Brandon Orton just faced his own goal. Great ball in. And I don't think it could have gone underneath the crossbar anymore for it to not hit the back of it. Hit underneath the crossbar, and so fortunate, just kind of skidded across the goal and into safety. But that was so close to being a classic own goal. Couldn't do a great deal about it. But yeah, a bit fortunate for Scunthorpe there, or very fortunate for Scunthorpe there, should we say.
They try again as Westbrook picks out Roberts down the right. This game getting stretched. Roberts one-on-one with Morrison, makes his way into the penalty area, falls to Hurst, who directs it towards goal, and Bunker will turn that behind, out for a Scunthorpe corner.
Oh, definitely some chances. It's a great opportunity there. Just needs to just drop his hip and just fall backwards. Try to be too accurate with his side of his foot. Just fall back and hit it with your laces. And that's easier said than done, but it's in a great position in the centre of the goal. Just get that contact on the ball.
So Kyle Hurst is one of the two players to come off, and here is Connor Smith making his second bow for Scunthorpe United, having returned on a permanent deal from Hamilton Academical for an undisclosed fee, 2.5-year contract, having been on loan from Hearts in 2023. And the other change will be at right back. Ross Barrows, on his 50th appearance for the club, comes off, and it's Jean Belayou to enter the fray. And you'd think Andy Butler perhaps spotting the danger of Chili Buyabu for Forest Green Rovers down that side.
Yeah, he's been good all game. He's been the threat both sides, but in particular down that left-hand side.
Corner kick from the right. Roberts, left-footed, in swinger, bounces across the penalty area. Ewing not able to flick it on towards goal, and that was an awkward ball for Forest Green to deal with. They've survived. It goes out for a goal kick.
You just can't see this game ending as it is in this stage, 2-2. You think there's so many more goals. There's already been 3 or 4 good opportunities over the last 5-6 minutes. So which way is it going to swing?
19, Jay Bingy is number 11, Tom Knowles. Substitution sponsored by Jackson Stapleton.
Forest Green make a change now. Just had a microphone up in the air, taking a sip of tea. Tom Knowles on for Jay Mingy. And it looks like he's gone straight in at right back. Harry Harry Eistedt taking his time over the goal kick before spearing it into the Scunthorpe United half. It comes off of Tyler Denton last. So Forest Green have themselves a throw, about 5 yards over the halfway line on the right, in front of the Iron Boss Andy Butler. Knowles hurls it forward. Babalola can't make contact with it, but the clearance is fired inside into the Iron penalty area, and then there's a really awkward collision between Knowles and Connor Smith, who stayed down. Referee immediately blows his whistle. I think that's a Forest Green Scunthorpe United free kick in the end, rather.
Yeah, it looked like he just caught him with a bit of a stray elbow. Welcome to the National League, Connor Smith. It's his first kind of introduction to it, and got a nice little elbow on the side of his head. Hopefully it'll be okay to carry on. He's giving it a little rub, and hopefully he'll be back on his feet. But yeah, hopefully he can make something happen down this left hand side. We spoke about it before the game, about getting that balance with Roberts and Smith, that kind of individualism and that creativity down the flank areas. Both of those got it in abundance. Just need to get the ball out to them and leave themselves in those 1v1 situations. They can either create something for themselves or for other teammates.
So the free kick then for Scunthorpe United. Mahadi will take it, right-footed. Down the centre of the park. Bunker's missed his header. Kanu will clear away just inside his own box. Reese tries to lay that off to a teammate, but he's given away possession, but Roberts can't keep hold of it either for Scunthorpe United. Looped over the top by Carl McAllister. It's held up by Babalola. Into the path of Buyabu. Has Knowles racing forward from right back. Buyabu cuts inside onto his left foot across the penalty area to Reese. Just delayed pulling the trigger. Ball knocked away from him. Forest Green Rovers attack still alive as Buyabu's barged over. Scunthorpe United clear. Whitehall making the run around the back. Bunker's got his header wrong. Whitehall brings it under control, hits it unconvincingly on the half volley and drags his effort wide of the left hand post.
Yeah, he done really well, Danny Whitehall, just adjusted his body, knew the centre half was struggling, and he just kind of set up. He was on his weaker left foot as well, so unlucky effort. But again, he's looking a little bit tired, Danny Whitehall. I don't know if they'll be thinking about maybe changing him, but he's always one who can crop up with a goal.
Westbrook trying to drive the ball in from distance here, and the referee has got his yellow card out for something. Is he going to book Buyabu? What's that for?
I don't know. It's a mystery to me. I missed that one. I don't know if he blocked it or prevented something happening.
Scunthorpe United try and come forward down the left. It's dealt with. Forest Green clear, but Scunthorpe United have possession inside the visitors' half. Here's Belayun with his first touch of the night. Tried to play in Roberts down that far side, but it's a heavy touch from Morrison that gives the throw away as he tries to sprint back into position from the throw. Roberts is met by both Woko and Elijah Morrison. Gets the throw. Belayun will take it into the Scunthorpe United skipper tonight, who lays it back off to Belayun. Loses the ball though to Buyabu and gives away the free kick.
It looks like more activity. Ubizono looks like he's coming on. I think it's
and Jaden Clark for Forest Green Rovers. The visitors have this free kick then outside of their own box, left hand side, level with the 6-yard area. And Eistedt swings his body left before hammering the ball into the Scunthorpe United half. It's flicked away by Connor Smith. We haven't seen too many touches from him so far, but Ewing has broken free of a couple of challenges. Feeds it into Callum Roberts down the right. Into the penalty area he goes. Roberts tries to pull it back again, but just a sea of green shirts in the way. Ewing, though, retrieves the ball high up the park, and here is the diminutive centre midfielder. Plays Westbrook in down the right. Flashes a ball across the face of goal. Forest Green equal to it again, but they're almost losing possession midway inside their own half. They're able to keep it on this occasion. Bunker clears his lines, looking for Babalola. Horton is there first. Denton onto that pass as he's dragged down. Referee says no free kick worthy of being given, but the ball comes back Scunthorpe United's way. And now we get a chance to see Connor Smith onto it, but then the referee has pulled play back because Connor Smith was in an offside position.
Yeah, we was right in line with that, and just fractionally offside. Just needs to just pause a little bit, Smith there. He had a great visual across the pitch. He could see everything, just delay his run. He's got the pace. He just went a little bit early and just went, half a yard offside.
Less than 20 minutes of normal time to go in a cracking National League encounter. 2-2 between Scunthorpe United and Forest Green Rovers. Alfie Beeston is going to be coming on along with Carlton Ubazonu shortly for the Iron. Bunker puts the ball back into Scunthorpe territory. Horton is barged off of it by Babalola. Rowley covers, ushers the ball back to Mahadi to clear away. Whitehall's having his shirt pulled off his back by Harvey Bunker, but the referee didn't have a clear view of it, so can't award the free kick. Scunthorpe United on the attack, but Westbrook can't roll the ball away from Elijah Morrison, and then has dragged Buyabu down on the halfway line. That's a free kick. It's taken quickly by Forest Green. Woko almost caught his teammate out there in taking it so quickly. It's back in defence for the Green. Woko now brings it upfield. Morrison charging forward down the left-hand side, plays in Buyabu. The arms go up again for offside from that Scunthorpe United back line, and this time they do get the decision from the assistant Stephen Rushworth. Free kick. Here come the two changes. Danny Whitehall will be the first of two players to come off in the 73rd minute.
Yeah, see why it's just started to look a little bit leggy. He's done really well to occupy the two big central defenders from Forest Green and put a real shift in. And the typical Danny White performance. Nuisance value excellent. He tried to get scraps and second balls off him. Then Carlton Ubazonu now and Alfie Beeston just made that difference in his closing 17-18 minutes.
Also coming off number 17,
Ollie Ewing is going to be the other player coming off.
Moving on, number 14, Carlton Ubazonu, sponsored by Lucia and Alessandro America. Substitution sponsored by Jackson Stapleton.
Alfie Beeston then offering fresh legs in midfield, and you'd think that Carlton Ubazonu will go through the middle of that front three. Connor Smith on the left, Callum Roberts still operating on the right hand side. Free kick for Scunthorpe United. Mahadi goes diagonally, just gets enough on that free kick for Denton to head it on. Now the ball balloons up into the path of Zane Westbrook. He keeps it moving, looking for Callum Roberts, but Forest Green cut it out and they clear away from the edge of their own penalty area through Abraham Kanu. Ball's brought down inside the centre circle by Babalola, but he's quickly dispossessed. Alfie Beeston onto the field and immediately making an impact. Connor Smith heads it on. He's claiming for a free kick for handball. It's just a throw-in the end. Beeston will leave it for Denton to take down this left-hand side. He throws it infield, Beeston was looking to let that bounce across his body, but he's robbed by Laurent Mendy. Scunthorpe United win it straight back. Room for Belayun to run into. Still going, urge to shoot, does hit it, ricochets into the path of Ubazonu! Scunthorpe United back in front as we head into the final quarter of an hour of this game, and it's super sub Carlton Ubazonu with the impact off the bench. A forward roll from him in celebration in front of the Donny Road end. It came from the shot from distance from Jean Belayun, right of centre from 25 yards, deflected into the path of Ubazonu, and on the swivel he turns the ball home. Scunthorpe United retake the lead in the 75th minute, 3-2 up at home to Forest Green Rovers.
Yeah, what an impact, what a substitution. Literally been on the pitch 90 seconds or so. Just felt him lovely, like you say. Ubazonu tried to, Belayun tried to shoot, didn't get great contact on it. Ricochet to Ubazonu, had to swivel, and all you have to do is get contact on the ball and hit the target. Exactly what he'd done. They went into the back of net. Yeah, so what a substitution, what a start to the game for Ubazonu. Let's say he's done that on numerous occasions. That kind of threat and the time of that substitution was to perfection from Andy Butler.
And now Forest Green Rovers will make a change. Like for like up top. Christian Doidge on for Temi Babalola. 2 minutes after coming on then, Colton Ubazonu restores Scunthorpe United's lead. And we're back underway.
You say there'll be goals, didn't we? This second half is such an open game. It could have easily been 4-4, 5-5. Both teams have created more chances. Scunthorpe better in the second half. Forest Green had some real clear-cut chances in the first half. But yeah, a real open game.
At the moment then, Scunthorpe United set to leapfrog Forest Green Rovers. They'll only be moving up a place though, into 5th. But I think they will take that, having been marooned in 6th for quite some time. Despite this long unbeaten run that they've been on both in the league and in all competitions, as Smith nods a header forward. 1-2 between him and Westbrook. Smith down the left-hand side, buzzing forward, but runs into Woko, who cuts a pass across his own penalty area to Mendy. Closed down by Alfie Beeston, plays out from the back to Doidge, dropping deep to receive possession, almost loses it, but gets the ball away to Knowles. He whips that upfield, Horton gets in the way, and it's lashed clear by Joe Rowley, and that will bobble out for a Forest Green Rovers throw.
Yeah, just looking at the pitch, there's so many gaps in between. It's like two banks of kind of 5s, really. A 5 attacking and a 5 defending. There's so much space in that middle of the pitch.
Jaden Clark is still waiting to come on for Forest Green Rovers. He's prepared, stripped off. The throw down the line on the Forest Green Rovers right, flicked on by Doidge, but Horton will clear. It's held up by Ubazonu just outside the green box. His ball across the face of the penalty area is headed away. Rowley will swing that back out wide from the centre circle to the right. Roberts forced backwards by Morrison, but lays it off to Belayun, who rampages upfield from right back. Here is Roberts again, midway inside Forest Green territory. Left-footed pass into Beeston in front of the D, scooped over the top. Ubazonu wriggles away from his man at the byline, fires it into the defender Morrison and wins the corner.
Great first touch, ball spinning up in the air from Ubazonu, just great first touch. I thought we maybe got a little touch, a slight touch, and thought fair to lose to him. He kind of professional and honest, stayed on his feet, tried to cross it, ricochet from a corner, but yes, Scunthorpe, I think they see. I still see a fair few goals in this game.
Robertson, left-footed corner kick in towards the near post. Carnu that's there to meet it, heads it straight back out to the Scunthorpe captain, swings across in again, comes off the back of Belayun's head. No player in claret and blue able to get onto that. Forest Green get the ball back to Brandon Horton, who fizzes a ball in from just in front of the centre circle, where it's claimed by Eisted in the Forest Green box, and they play out from defence. Carnu into Woko, bursts into the centre circle, still going as the midfielder, still going, drifts right of centre, plays in Knowles down that flank. Knowles crosses in towards the near post, not the most convincing of deliveries, and it's claimed there by Rory Mahadi. Mahadi waits for everyone to leave his penalty area, rolls the ball out in front of him before whacking that towards the Forest Green defence right-footed. Bunker got a head onto it, and it rolls back to Eisted again.
We'd like to remind supporters about our zero tolerance policy with regards to antisocial behaviour at our fixtures.
Brings the ball out from defence.
Remember that this includes chanting
to Morrison.
Discriminatory chants to anybody. Please ensure that any reports can go to the Football Association result in a charge.
Ubazonu flicked back to Westbrook.
Which could incur a financial
Westbrook now to Roberts, level with the Forest Green penalty area. Feeds it into Westbrook, who wins the corner kick again. I think that announcement over the PA system here at Glanford Park is aimed at the chants from the Donny Road ends towards Robbie Savage. he hasn't reacted to what's been hurled at him from the Donny Road end during this game, but I think the club reminding supporters not to be discriminatory with some of their chanting tonight. Left-footed in-swinging corner kick from Callum Roberts. Mendy nods out of his own box, it drops to Denton, hits it on the half volley over the crossbar.
Yeah, good area, just went for those second balls and those knockdowns. Great first touch, just smashed it with his laces massively over the crossbar. But yeah, Ubezono had a real impact. I know he scored his goal, but his link-up play, focal point up there, taking Danny Whitehall's place, and done a real good job so far since he's come on as a sub.
Offside call goes against Forest Green. We're into the final 10 minutes on BBC Radio Humberside Sport. 81 gone in this game. A cracking clash between Scunthorpe United and Forest Green Rovers. 5 goals we've seen already thus far. Will there be any more in the final stages? Scunthorpe United 3, Forest Green Rovers 2. You're listening on all BBC Radio Humberside frequencies and online via BBC Sounds. And now Jaden Clark will finally come on for Elijah Morrison in the 82nd minute.
Substitution sponsored by Jackson Stapleton Counters.
Hardy from the free kick. Laurent Mendy wins his header in behind Alfie Beeston. Doidge charges down Horton's clearance, but Scunthorpe United get it out from the back. Rowley nods the ball on, but it's straight into the path of Mendy. He plays it into the fresh substitute Jaden Clark, but just ran into claret and blue bodies inside the centre circle. The Iron looking to build a 2-goal cushion here to wrap this game up. Leighton Roberts! Oh, and it comes off the back of his own teammate. Cracking effort from 30 yards, and it cannons off the back of Connor Smith, and that deflection diverts it wide of the left-hand post.
Yeah, Callum Roberts just running away with his hands down by the side, saying, "What are you doing, getting in the way of that?" But he's struck it with such venom. So Connor Smith was in the box. I don't know what he was doing in the box from that area. So. Yeah, a little bit unlucky. It looked like it was definitely hitting the target. I don't think it would have gone in.
There's a real snapshot that Connor Smith couldn't get out of the way of. Could Forest Green now go up the other end and equalise? Clark's cross blocked. He'll get another go here. Has Belayoun over his shoulder, breathing down his neck. Back to Buyabu. Forced backwards by the press of Zane Westbrook. Here's Woko, rolls away from Alfie Beeston into Jaden Clark. Harvey Bunker's free to receive a pass as he was pushing forward from centre back. Clark into Laurent Mendy. Mendy swings it wide to the right here. Tom Knowles crosses in from deep in towards the near post. Doidge goes for it. Horton got enough on the ball to get it out of the penalty area, and Knowles looked as if he'd rolled that out of play, but flag stays down on this near side. Forest Green remain in possession. McAllister into Woko, edge of the centre circle, sprints away from Roberts, but again just running into Scunthorpe bodies as Beeston's clipped on the counter-attack, and that will surely be a yellow card for Carl McAllister.
Yeah, real cynical foul there. Alfie Beeston just driving away with the ball. Would have been a 3v2 situation just inside the attacking half of the pitch for Scunthorpe, and he just clipped his heels and gone down, and just gives a little bit of time management for Scunthorpe now. Can they manage the game? Can they see this game out? Again, both teams really going for it. Scunthorpe not rested on their laurels since they've got that 3rd goal, and so I don't think they can. I think both teams, it's in their nature just to go and attack, as they've got the quality throughout the team to create chances.
Free kick inside the centre circle. Mahadi goes from left to right, but that will bounce straight through. No touch on the way, so it's a Forest Green goal kick. Eisted a bit more urgency about this one. Waves his 2 central defenders out of his own box. Quite clear what direction Eisted is going to go in here, as it's placed down on the right hand side of his own 6-yard area in front of the Donny Road end in that bright pink goalkeeping kit. Cannoned forward. Horton heads it out of defence. It's miscontrolled initially by Bunker, gets the clearance away and keeps it in play. Horton with another header. This one is sent skywards. bouncing around, a bit of head tennis taking place at the moment. Connor Smith's forward ball blocked, goes out for a throw to Scunthorpe into the final 5 minutes of normal time. You can have your say on this game up until 8 o'clock tonight. Call 08000 66 5959 to talk to Steve Torpey and I. 81333 on the text. Start your message with the letters RH. Beeston powers a header forward. It's knocked on by Ubazonu. Knowles will hit the ball away on the half volley. Evans greets it. Now it's brought down by Abraham Kanu. Midway inside the Forest Green Rovers half. Clark lays it off to Mendy. Skips away from Rowley. Slides that in behind. Denton should have it covered. Indeed it does. If he'd got that wrong, McAllister could have been in around the back. Denton takes evasive action, puts it out for a throw. Knowles will dry the ball with his shirt. Is he going to go long here? It looks like he is from the throw. He's pointing and barking out instructions as he eventually rifles that throw into the Scunthorpe box, allowed to bounce once before Horton stoops to head it out. Hammered forward by Westbrook. Callum Roberts will chase it down. An awkward one for Kanu to deal with, for Biabu to deal with, sorry. And he's headed the ball out of play for a Scunthorpe throw.
Yeah, it was good clearance. There's a bit of fault gone into that one, just lashed up there. There's a little bit of height, and therefore that gives Scunthorpe a chance to squeeze up and go and put pressure on the ball, and subsequently first green defender had to head out for a throw in and shuffle up the pitch another 20-30 yards.
Denton attempts to scoop it into the Forest Green box, but the Green hammer that out. It's another Scunthorpe throw as they just eat down time, tick down the clock. Just over 2.5 minutes of normal time to go. Scunthorpe leading Forest Green by 3-2. The visitors marshal the ball back to their goalkeeper Eisted, who again waves his defenders upfield. It's volleyed forward, right-footed. Slams that into the Scunthorpe United half. Comes off the shoulder of Doidge. Denton is able to clear, but just smashes that straight into touch again as it's bouncing on top of us, on top of the roof above us of the west stand. Bunker wanted to take the throw in quickly, level with his own penalty area, but the ball went out of play higher up the park in front of the touchline on the Forest Green right. Knowles down the line again. Doidge cushions the header inside. No player in green able to latch onto it, but it's a poor clearance from the host's perspective. Mendy into Clark, 25 yards from goal, hits it from distance left-footed, it's blocked. The rebound falls to Biabu on the far side. In goes the cross, header away, hit on the half volley by Knowles, and it somehow bounces through to Rory Mahadi.
Yeah, just a rash clearance from Brandon Alton again. She's kind of done that a few times. And again, it's really uncharacteristic like.
Brilliant volley forward from Rory Mahadi and an excellent first touch from Beeston. Threads it in behind. Ubazonu left hand side of the box. Falls to Connor Smith here. Holds it up away from Laurent Mendy. Tries to flick that back to Ubazonu, who gets there first ahead of McAllister. Now it's Rowley on the ball. Looks left, looks right. Knocks it back to Tyler Denton. Charged down by Mendy. Here is Beeston. Can't sidestep the challenge of Woko. McAllister is heading backwards towards the dead ball line. Gives it to Bunker to clear. Chested down by Mendy. Tries to juggle it away from Joe Rowley. Loses the ball and then drags the midfielder back. That's a free kick. Final minute of normal time.
Yeah, really good play from Joe Rowley there. Just anticipated the touch. Just nicked in front of him and drew the foul. I think he's been excellent, Joe Rowley. Kind of grown into the game. Kind of reading the game situation really well, screening their strikers and also dictating play. Doesn't set the world alight with his passing, but what he does do is just breaks the play up and gives it simple.
I think there may well be 5 minutes of additional time at the end of the second half. I'll wait for confirmation. Scunthorpe keep the ball high up the park from that free kick. Horton down the left, feeds it inside to Beeston. Now Denton loops it into the box. Ubazonu will hold it up away from his man. Horton stands up across towards the back post. Roberts misses it, drops to Westbrook, bobbles the ball over to the byline, pulled back. Kanu gets his header wrong. Horton nods it towards goal, nodded away by Bunker, and Forest Green Rovers eventually get it clear. I was right, 5 minutes, a minimum of 5 minutes of additional time at the end of this second half. Can Scunthorpe United see it out, or will Forest Green Rovers find a late equaliser? Upazonu heading towards the right-hand side of the field. Takes a sensible option, plays a pass all the way back to his goalkeeper Mahadi. Slices the ball out to the far side, brought down by Belayun on the right-hand touchline. Westbrook into the penalty area, and Roberts just lost the ball underneath his feet. Forest Green able to clear, as looked like one of the home players was dragged back there, Ricardo Rees, by Joe Rowley, and he gets a yellow card, and it's a Forest Green free kick.
Yeah, just caught the wrong side, and probably a good foul to commit from Joe Rowley's perspective. Yeah, it's it'll be a fantastic 3 points if Scunthorpe can get over the line. They've been a bit critical and conceded a lot of last-minute goals this season. Can they just see this game out?
Isted, diagonal ball from left to right from the free kick. Evans wins the header. Drop for McAllister, makes the run round the back as he gives the ball to a teammate in the form of Harvey Bunker. Now it's into the centre circle. Buyabu over the top from him, picks out McAllister, who'd continued that run forward down the right wing, crosses in on his left peg towards the back post. No one really gambling, really making an effort to get onto that. It's Mahadi's ball, and he volleys it out quickly, and he's got Callum Roberts in behind here, 2-on-2. Upazonu in support as he makes his way into the penalty area. Roberts, though, with no other option, takes the ball over to the corner flag, shielding it away from his man. Final touch off of Laurent Mendy. Scunthorpe throw.
Yeah, good play from Roberts. He looked up, there's 3v1. Upazonu up there on his own, so instead of crossing it, just killing the time and killing the game, just get into the corner, put your foot on the ball and draw out a throw-in. Just those really important seconds, those final seconds of the game, or final minutes of the game.
5,215 the confirmed attendance tonight, with 98 Forest Green Rovers supporters making the journey from Gloucestershire. And Scunthorpe loses the ball towards the corner flag. Offside call over there. Forest Green free kick. We've played half of the minimum of 5 minutes of additional time at the end of this game. Scunthorpe United 3, Forest Green Rovers 2, live on BBC Radio Humberside Sport. Have your say with us until 8 o'clock. Cracking game this for the neutral. Even more entertaining at the moment if you're a Scunthorpe United supporter. Forest Green Rovers, though, heading towards extending this run. 1 win in 6 league games now, if this scoreline stays the same. Denton charging forward for the Iron from left back into Connor Smith. Now it's Denton again on the left-hand touchline. Falls backwards to Horton. First time, arrowed towards the Forest Green penalty area. Bunker nods it to his right-hand side. It's juggled by Knowles, who clears away. Denton, heavy touch though, trying to fizz a first-time pass forward down the channel. Concedes the throw-in. 90 seconds left now of additional time. Forest Green Rovers running out of road in terms of securing an equalising goal here, and it's Scunthorpe United's ball again down the left-hand touchline. Smith has lost it though. Knowles will boot it away. Doidge with the header inside. Loops off his right shin. Horton able to deal with it. Doidge steaming down on him. Horton gets the clearance away, out for a Forest Green Rovers throw into the final minute now of additional time. Bunker looks up, slows the play down before attempting to go long. Upazonu blocks the ball forward, and it's clattered away, out for another Forest Green Rovers throw in, level with their own penalty area on the right. Will Evans named the sponsors man of the match this evening. And as you've just said, the Iron Bar's man of the match is Joe Rowley. Throw in here for Forest Green. Knowles headed in out towards the right by Christian Doidge. Connor Smith is there. Horton clears, not too far away though. Forest Green will take the throw in. 15 seconds left of additional time. On the right, Knowles short into Woko. Woko gets onto his left foot, crossing opportunity in here, headed out. Then it's looped back inside, juggled on by Laurent Mendy, and it's claimed by the grateful gloves of Roy Mahadi. And Scunthorpe United hold on for a crucial victory in the promotion race in the National League this season. They've beaten their rivals, Forest Green Rovers, to leapfrog them up into 5th place in the table. Coming from behind, they had trailed 1-0 as early as the 5th minute through Ricardo Reis's opener. They equalised from the penalty spot through Danny Whitehall in the 38th minute. Comeback initially completed 5 minutes at the start of this second half through Zane Westbrook's goal, drilling an effort from 25 yards into the bottom corner. Forest Green Rovers hit back though 7 minutes later. Jilly Buyabu lashing a shot into the roof of the net that Rory Mahadi couldn't keep out, but the winner came from the super sub, Colton Ubazonu. A shot from distance from Jean Belayoun, ricocheting into his path, and he's turned it home on the swivel, and that has proved to be the winner 15 minutes from time. And Scunthorpe United haven't just leapfrogged Forest Green Rovers, they've gone above Carlisle United as well, up into 4th in the National League tonight, level on points with Boreham Wood in 3rd, 5 behind Rochdale in 2nd, 6 off of York City at the top of the tree, with the game in hand on the league leaders. Cracking game that in the National League's 5:30 kickoff this evening. Scunthorpe United win it by 3-2. Steve Torpey.
Yeah, well, what a game, real entertaining. Both teams really going for it. The attackers on up front, both teams creating loads of chances. Forest Green put the edge in the first half in terms of chances created. Scunthorpe in the second half just come out with a little bit more energy. Yeah, and then you kind of question the manager's decision to make those subs and changes, and they worked out perfectly within space of 90 seconds, 2 minutes. Colton Ubazonu swiveled round, smashed his shot in from about 6-7 yards out, and that proved to be the winning goal. But a real entertaining game, both teams playing some real attacking football, and 5 goals, and Scunthorpe on the winning end of that 5-goal is a fantastic week and fantastic couple of games.
More to come from Steve Torpey and I live here on BBC Radio Humberside Sports up until 8 o'clock. You can have your say with us by calling 08000 66 5959. The number to text is 81333. Just remember to start your message with the letters RH. It's at Humberside Sport on X if you want to give us your views on social media. The WhatsApp number 08000 321 333. If you're messaging us on WhatsApp for the first time about this game, then save that number as a contact to your phone and start your opening message to us with the letters RH. And finally, our email address is humberside.sport@bbc.co.uk. We'll recap all the action in a moment in this topsy-turvy game of National League football. But at the full-time whistle here at Glanford Park, it's finished Scunthorpe United 3, Forest Green Rovers 2. You are listening to BBC Radio Humberside Sport. It's Ollie Turner with you, coming live from Glanford Park alongside the former Scunthorpe United striker Steve Torpey, where we've seen the Iron record another impressive and important victory in their quest to secure back-to-back promotions back to the promised land of EFL football. They've had to come from behind, they've been pegged back as well, but they have beaten Forest Green Rovers and landed a brutal blow in the National League promotion race tonight. The Forest Green Rovers captain will put the ball over the top, running behind from Ricardo Reis. Flag stays down, scoops it over the goalkeeper and puts Forest Green Rovers ahead. On his return from suspension, Ricardo Reis gives the visitors the lead inside 5 minutes, and he cups his ears towards the Donny Road end. Beat the Scunthorpe United offside trap. Flag stays down. Mahadi came rushing out of his penalty area, and Reis just loops the ball over the Scunthorpe United goalkeeper to give Forest Green Rovers an early lead here with nearly 5 minutes gone. Ball in from deep into Danny Whitehall, bundled over in the box, and the referee points to the spot. Scunthorpe United have the chance to equalise here. Diagonal ball from deep into the penalty area. Whitehall got the shove from behind, goes down. Ross Joyce saw enough there, convinced to award the penalty kick in the host's favour, and Scunthorpe United can level things up from the spot. Danny Whitehall won the penalty. He will take the penalty. Takes a few steps back. Does the iron number 9. Ross Joyce blows his whistle. Heavy breath from Danny Whitehall as he steps up. Sends Harry Eistedt the wrong way into the bottom left-hand corner, and in the 38th minute, we're all square at Glanford Park. Scunthorpe United 1, Forest Green Rovers 1. Whitehall slipped into Westbrook, has to check away from McAllister, and then the lunging tackle of Bunker. Whips it across to the right-hand side. Roberts, one-on-one with Kanu, cuts it back to Ewing, lays it off to Westbrook, and he fires that into the bottom corner. And Scunthorpe United, once again, the story of their season, come from behind to lead, and it's 2-2 for the Doncaster Rovers loanee. Zane Westbrook caught it flush as it was flicked back to him by Ollie Ewing, and from 20 yards he drills it into the bottom right-hand corner, and Scunthorpe United 2-1 up at the start of this second half. Now it's Forest Green Rovers' turn to attack here with Mendy, who's pushed up from defence, has got Buyabu running into space in front of him. Buyabu into the penalty area, a couple of step overs from him, and he's lashed it into the roof of the net, and Forest Green Rovers draw themselves level in the 57th minute. Brilliant finish by Gilly Buyabu, played in by Laurent Mendy, his captain, down the left, strode into the penalty area, and he has pummeled a shot past Rory Mahadi, who could only push that effort into the roof of his own net. And Forest Green Rovers, it's now their turn to make it all square at Glanford Park. Beeston was looking to let that bounce across his body, but he's robbed by Laurent Mendy. Scunthorpe United win it straight back. Room for Belayun to run into. Still going, urge to shoot, does hit it, ricochets into the path of Ubazonu! Scunthorpe United back in front as we head into the final quarter of an hour of this game, and it's super sub Colton Ubazonu with the impact off the bench. A forward roll from him in celebration in front of the Donny Road end. It came from the shot from distance from Jean Bellahoun, right of centre from 25 yards, deflected into the path of Ubazonu, and on the swivel he turns the ball home. Scunthorpe United retake the lead in the 75th minute. What a game and what a win for Scunthorpe United. Plenty of messages coming in from Iron fans. Have your say with Steve Torpey and I up until 8 o'clock tonight. How big a victory is that? How big a week has it been for the club in trying to secure what would be a remarkable achievement of back-to-back promotions if they could pull it off? Scunthorpe United up into 4th tonight. Have your say. Call. Chat to Steve Torpey and I. 08000 66 5959. The WhatsApp number is 08000 321 333. Joe B and Roger the Iron Fan have already been in touch on that platform. You can do so. Save that number as a contact to your phone and start your opening message to us with the letters RH. It's at Humberside Sport on X if you want to give us your views on social media. The text number 81333. Start your message with the letters RH, and our email address is humberside.sport@bbc.co.uk. Steve Torpey and I, for the meantime, are going to calm down after witnessing that 5-goal thriller. So let's get a recap of this afternoon's scores with Leo Jocelyn.
Thank you very much, Ollie, and I'll start with the Premier League. Full times there. It finished West Ham United 3, Sunderland 1, Burnley 2, Tottenham Hotspur 2, Fulham 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 1, Manchester City 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, and a 95th winner by Amin Adli means it finished Bournemouth 3, Liverpool 2. In the Championship, full times, Middlesbrough 4, Preston North End 0, Millwall 4, Charlton Athletic 4, Birmingham City 1.